Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Daily Masters cast. This is actually going up on Christmas Day, I think, or Boxing Day. I can't remember which one. It's all over the place, and everybody's all over the world, so it may come up on Christmas, may come up on Boxing Day. I don't know, but whichever one is going to be awesome. So let's have a look at the game. We've got a PvP going on here, and I realise I haven't cast a Terran game for the past few days, so if you are upset with me, then you know what? It's just a game, dude. Just chill out a little bit, and I will get some Terran games out in a couple of days. So let's introduce the players. Welmu is down at the bottom right side of the map. He is from Finland. He plays for the Neurosoft team, and currently number 39 on the WCS with 1,450 points. And I do realise the WCS is finished for 2013, so at some point I'll probably stop quoting these scores, but it is a nice reflection just to sort of rank the players, just to sort of say these are how well they did, these are how many tournaments they've been going through and stuff like that. So anyway, up the top left side of the map we do have BabyKnight. He's our blue Protoss player. He is from Denmark and he plays for the Millennium team. It's currently number 51 on the WCS with 975 points. So yes, very, very awesome. And yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Welmu ranked a little bit higher, I think, according to the WCS, but BabyKnight, I've seen him in a lot of tournaments and a lot of group stages, and I definitely think that both of these players could come out ahead. It's not going to be like, for example, if it was BabyKnight versus somebody like Jaedong, then you would say, oh, well, of course Jaedong's going to win, but and you may even be wrong, maybe Jaedong would go down, but you'd be heavily favouring Jaedong in that particular matchup. I don't think we're in that position right here. I think that either player could really take it out here, but we will just have to see what is going to happen here. We do have a second gas on the way for BabyKnight. Welmu actually getting all of his gas open really, really fast, and probably to go for a Stargate, and we've seen that so many times from Protoss players. They love going for the Stargates early on, and the main reason is the Oracle is just such a great harassment unit. I mean, it's just absolutely phenomenal. So here we go. First Stalker coming out, and actually, what did all that stuff get spent on? The Mothership Core. There it goes. I suppose Mothership Core coming out. That's early pressure. Very, very nice. And early defense as well. I mean, basically, alright, here's the way you can do it, man. You get a Mothership Core out, you do a bit of scouting. If and you can go for an early Nexus, and it's pretty much impregnable. I don't know how to say that, but you really can't kill it, because all you have to do is do the Mothership Core, just overcharge the Nexus, and boom, you're just blowing away things left, right, and center. So it's very hard to do a sneak attack on the Nexus, on the natural expansion, when you have a Mothership Core, because you overcharge it and it's just blowing guys away. But Welmu actually going for a Twilight Council nice and fast. And yeah, I suppose we're going to be expecting Blink to be coming down as soon as this thing pops up. He's got the gas for it, he's just getting the minerals for it. And no, going for a Dark Shrine. So, got to be a little bit sneaky, a little bit cheesy here. And you know what? Here we go. Well, BabyKnight actually is going for the Stargate play. So, probably going to see an Oracle coming out of him. But he is not going to be ready for a Dark Shrine at the moment. We do not have a Forge, we do not have a robotics facility, and either one of those can very easily deal with Dark Templars once you get cannons and stuff like that. We do perhaps, if he does build an Oracle, Oracles do have limited detection capabilities, and that could definitely be a thing, but the Oracle has to be back at the base. It can't warp in like a Mothership Core, just sort of jump back. It has to be at the base. So yeah, it looks like BabyKnight, man, he's pumping out the Oracle nice and fast. He is going to be getting out a whole bunch of other stuff. Welmu just focusing on the DT. He's got pylons all over the place. And BabyKnight going for a bunch of attacking units, actually. And Welmu doesn't really have enough to really deal with this. He's got a total of 2 Stalkers versus 4 Stalkers and 2 Zealots. So he could definitely go down quite fast if he decides to go for DTs, which he is. So there comes the DTs, and now I do not know if he's going to have enough to deal with this. He does have the Nexus overcharged, but even in this capability, I mean, it's taken so long to kill a single Stalker. The Zealots are going nuts on the workers. So many workers are going down. Meanwhile, the DT is coming in and there's workers going down on the other side as well. Units lost is completely out of date. So where's the Oracle? There's an Oracle coming out. Beautiful, beautiful timing. And the Oracle is instantly going to be showing all these units. The DT is going to be running for it. Great job there by BabyKnight, although he had very, very good timing on his side. And eventually it looks like Welmu managed to push those units away, but man, both players getting hit hard. The DT's nice and fast, and BabyKnight just brute force tactics, getting in there and hitting a lot of stuff. But I think in the end, both players sort of did the same sort of stuff. We do have a robotics facility coming out for BabyKnight, and the Oracle, meanwhile, got the Envision going. Should be able to see the DT when it comes in. And there we go. The DT getting taken out does go down. And that is pretty much all she wrote. So both players doing a bit of stuff and not really working. So Welmu deciding to switch over to Blink Stalkers. Is getting Blink on the way. Does only have 3 gateways, but we're probably seeing a bunch more of them come down very, very soon. And here comes the Oracle, actually. I don't know why this guy has low health, but he must have been down here before roasting workers. So this is a different Oracle from the one over there which saved the DT. So good job, man. In all that chaos, the Oracle actually moving in, doing a fantastic job. And yeah, really, really nice. Oh, the Stalkers are waiting for it. So he's trying to sneak past. Oh, puts the vision on these buildings. We can actually see, he can see all of them. They don't have a very big vision range. Oh, BabyKnight, your pylon just got owned. But he can see a lot of this stuff here, and that really doesn't actually tell him anything right now, but he can sort of see some stuff. Man, Observer coming in. BabyKnight. I assume BabyKnight has an Observer by now, man. Yes, there is one Observer waiting out with the main force, so DT is not a threat anymore. Of course, a Warp Prism up here, dropping off a couple of DTs, could be quite nasty. Here comes another Oracle, and Welmu, I mean, he's just going to be warping in a bunch more Stalkers to hold that position, and it should be fine. Now, we have a look at the income here. Both players extremely even so far. I thought that Welmu was getting his expansion down a bit earlier, but it looks like not too much earlier, as we're still going quite fine here. Oh, the DT coming in from nowhere and does get owned. Trying to force field it to stop it from escaping, but it does manage to get out of there. And wow, the DTs, man. Here we go, another bit of harassment. Oh, a nice blink there, but the Oracle survives by the very skin of its teeth. And the harassment just getting pushed away so far, so he's going to go into the more mainstream sort of tech. What do we have happening over here? I'm not really sure. Maybe something coming in attacking this really quickly, but who knows? Who knows? Yeah, not a whole lot. The DT, man, is going... I don't know where that DT is going, man. He's going for a holiday down by the beach. There we go. Zealot's going to be trying to... I don't know what that Zealot's trying to do. Here we go. The pylon sees the Oracles come by. The Oracles are just like, screw this, let's attack the pylon. I assume that this thing is going to last long enough. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Alright, so that's beautiful. Let's have a look at the unit composition. BabyKnight has got the Robo facility up, going for the Colossus tech. Nice and solid. Here we go, dropping off the DT with the Warp Prism. And this could definitely get quite a few kills. It started at 3, we go up to 4, 5, 6. Only 3 because they bloody ran away so fast, but 3 kills with no answer from BabyKnight right there. He just basically had to run his probes away, did not have a chance to kill that DT. I mean, that's pretty sweet. Getting 3 probes just for the hell of it. And very, very nice. Here we go, a bunch of Stalkers coming around, but they're just defending their own base. So here we go, another DT coming out, but there should be an Observer. Yes, there's an Observer over there. So how many? I think BabyKnight probably needs a couple more Observers. There we go, one over there as well. The DT is on the high ground, but there is an Observer up there. Unfortunately, Observers can't actually hit anything. The Nexus is overcharged though, so if this DT comes in anytime soon, then this thing is going to shoot it all to hell, and I don't think DTs have quite a lot of health there, so it could definitely go down. This force coming out, the DT is going to get owned. It looks like they're clearing out space for a 3rd base right here, and Welmu doing the same thing, but is going to run into a Zealot. They just have to kill that Zealot right there. Wake up, guys, wake up. There we go. The DT over here, what happened with that? Did he die? I'm really not sure. That damn thing just disappeared. Yeah, I don't know. I've absolutely no idea. This is a Zealot. No, it's a DT. Maybe that's the same DT. It just ran off. Here we go. Another DT coming in. There's DTs everywhere on this map. He's just putting them all over the place. And the DT is not going to kill the third base by itself, though. So it'll just sit there, wait, and when the time is right, it'll come out and it'll just own pylons all over the place. And probes. Sorry. Probes, of course. Oracle's trying to go in. Haven't really got many more kills. And both players just sort of settling in to the game. Welmu actually going for a Tempest right here. That's going to be an interesting choice. We'll do fairly well versus the Colossus, and BabyKnight is going to have to get like a ton of Blink Stalkers or something to deal with it, but it could be quite crazy actually, because I mean BabyKnight is going for a very, very heavy ground offensive sort of army. I mean, he doesn't really have anything to deal with air at the moment, and he's not really building anything to deal with air. He's trying to get the High Templar tech on the way, but no, the Tempest may catch him by surprise a little bit here, although the Phoenix hopefully will spot those Tempests. Let's have a little bit of a fly around, see if we can see some Tempests going on here. Flying. Oh, gets hit by the Tempest. Gets hit again by the Tempest. And suddenly BabyKnight realizes there are Tempests on the field. But another thing, yeah, a bunch of Zealots coming down here. A Force coming down there. Nice double-pronged attack. The Zealots go straight for the workers. Like, there is a cannon down there. Nexus gets overcharged by the Mothership Core. That base should be okay. This one may not be, though. The probes trying to attack these Zealots. And Welmu actually backing out here. The Zealots are trying to take the base out, but they're just not enough. Meanwhile, this base not taking a lot of damage. The Zealots eventually do go down. One more coming out with a bunch of DTs as well. How is BabyKnight's detection back here? I really am not sure, but Welmu is not going to stay to find out. He's just going to load the DTs up, just sort of sit back and wait for a better opportunity to have a crack. Welmu moving it again, but the main army is still here, and these guys are just, it is not the place to be right there. So let's have a look at the income. And BabyKnight has been taking some hits right now, has been losing a bunch of workers. I think Welmu may be pushing a little bit harder on the workers, but BabyKnight has definitely lost some, and that would mostly explain, I think, this discrepancy, about 6 workers. But yeah, Welmu, you can see he's still building workers. BabyKnight kind of building workers, maybe. Yeah, a bunch of DTs coming in. We do have an observer for BabyKnight, but the Zealots, I don't know if they've got enough DPS to take out the DTs. Oh, it looks like they just do here. 1 DT left with 2 Zealots. The Stalkers coming in. The Mothership Core trying to have a crack, but it's not enough. Nexus being overcharged, but the Nexus does such little damage to units like Stalkers. And just trying to warp in a bunch of Zealots here to maybe save it. Only 1 Stalker left. Is going to try and blink into the neutral zone over here and see what it can attack, but a Zealot coming straight out, and the Zealot in close range should be able to take this Stalker out. Meanwhile, just a pylon over there for the hell of it. Looks like these guys tried to do an attack into the third base once again. Did not really work out. And all this time, Welmu is producing Tempest. He's getting a couple of Archons out here as well. And Archons and Tempest, man, we've seen them do a pretty damn good job. We will see how they actually do. Look at these, man. These guys are like pylon buddies right here, man. Just they're totally just sitting here, just smoking the peace pipe, having a good time. And then Welmu's like, I thought we were getting along here, man. I thought we agreed not to have war on each other. And BabyKnight's like, look, it's not my fault, man. I don't know those guys. They're blue and I'm blue, but I don't know those guys, man. And here we go, a couple of Zealots coming out, and another DT, man. Welmu loves his DTs. He's moving straight for the base here. This could be a little bit problematic. No, I could overcharge, but the cannon coming in, and the DT goes straight for the cannon. And BabyKnight, does he realize there's something going on here? Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but the cannon goes down, and we need an observer. There we go. The observer shows up. The Zealots instantly owning the DT, and this observer as well. He's trying to take that out, but no anti-air, man. Well, he's just got Archons, and that's pretty much it. And Archons are a horrendously bad choice to be taking out Tempest. So I really feel like BabyKnight is in a lot of trouble right here. He does not have the tools necessary to deal with these Tempests. He needs Void Rays or something. Here we go, a bunch of DTs and Zealots coming in here as well, destroying a whole crap load of stuff. And meanwhile, you got Tempest on the other side, and BabyKnight is just like, what the hell do I do here? I mean, I got DTs on one hand, I got Tempest on the other hand. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to wipe this guy out. Maybe he's going to go for a base race. And the Colossus, he's got a ton of Colossus. I count about 7 in there. And that's fantastic. And it looks like he's actually warped the Tempest back. Is that what he did? Yes, your Mothership Core warped them back into the main army. And now it's going to be engaging. And with the Tempest attacking this main army, I don't think BabyKnight has much of a chance. Because, of course, he's got no answer for the Tempest. He's finally managed to clear this up, sort of. But... oh man, he's just lost so much stuff right here. He's still doing okay worker-wise. He's only 3 behind. He's been doing a good job saving his workers, but his bases are just about to fall apart, man. That one is. The other 2, this one actually got destroyed. Wow, look at this. Let's have a look at the income, man. Yeah, that's horrible. That's absolutely crazy right there. And it's not just the fact that there's Tempest and Welmu and BabyKnight really has no answer for them, but it's also the amount of pressure that Welmu has been putting on. He's been hitting all 3 bases as much as he possibly can with DTs, with Zealots, with Stalkers, with his main army. The main army keeps hitting this base, keeps sending Zealots and Stalkers into the other bases, and the amount of pressure that he's been putting on is just crazy. Here we go, a bunch of Zealots and DTs coming down, and he's going to be warping in a bunch of stuff as well. Manages to kill the Warp Prism just in time, but look at this stuff going on right now. BabyKnight still building Zealots and Colossus, and I'm just like, why, dude? Why? You know they're a Tempest, you know you have to deal with them. Why would you keep building Colossus and Zealots? Surely there is something else you could be spending your money on. And he's getting Blink, so I assume a bunch of Stalkers will be coming out at some point in the future. There we go, there's another one. You've got to heavily invest in Stalkers, but yeah, I don't know, maybe if he just pushes in, he wipes out all the ground forces, and then he's got Blink Stalkers to take care of the Tempest. But this ground force, I mean, these Archons, these Immortals, they're not going to go down to mass Colossus fire very easily. So, mass Colossus, I just do not know. I mean, he does have 3 weapons, which is good. I mean, we do have no upgrades for the air, but we do have 2 weapons for Welmu. So, yeah, I mean, maybe he's actually attacking his own thing. He's going to get bottlenecked inside his own base. That is not good. Okay, going to be trying to move out. There we go, attacking his own rocks. He wants to get at that army. He wants to get a nice, beautiful concave to take this out. But Welmu is not going to let that happen. He wants to engage on his own sort of area. And here we go, the Tempest going straight for the Colossus. Taking him out. The Colossus trying to wipe out the units. They're doing a pretty good job. But the Tempest, man, are really, really making this battle quite a bit harder for BabyKnight. He's doing a lot of ground damage, but the Tempests are taking out a lot of the Colossus. We had like 8 or 9 Colossus before. We're down to 2. And the Archons for BabyKnight are still going great. You can see he's definitely won the ground battle here with those Colossus. And the Stalkers and the Archons are chasing the Tempest down. And I gotta say, he lost a lot of Colossus there, but I think overall he did end up winning that battle, which, I don't know, it just comes down to the fact that the Tempests don't do a lot of damage. They got great range, but they just don't do a lot of damage. And now a bunch of Zealots coming out, and the Archons are holding their own just a little bit. But Archons coming out for Welmu, and the Reinforcement Bandage may help him just come along. And really, I mean, BabyKnight won that battle, but he was so weak at the end of it that he could not even push through this little force that was left over. So it was pretty much very, very even right there. Although BabyKnight has started to lose a lot of workers, and in the long term, this could definitely hurt him quite a bit. He's going to push in again. He's got another Colossus. He's got a bunch of Archons and Stalkers. But, yeah, we will see if this can happen. The Tempest trying to go for the second Colossus. There it goes down. That is awesome. Actually, I think these guys do... these count as massive units. So, the Tempest, because they're hitting him in air, actually do an incredible job versus the Colossus. That is definitely a thing right there. I mean, the Tempest are... I'd have to say they're the counter for Colossus right there, because you think about it, Colossus versus air do extremely large amounts of damage to massive units. Against air massive units, they do massive damage, and yeah, and I guess the Colossus, when they're hitting him, it counts as air damage, which means that they shred Colossus. So that is it, man. The Tempest, I never thought about it before, but it kind of seems obvious now that I have thought about it, is that Tempests are the bare bones counter to Colossus in a PvP match. And I gotta say, great job on Welmu for going for them, because, man, BabyKnight went for a ton of Colossus and they absolutely got owned. I mean, they did most of the damage they needed to do. before they went down, they wiped out all of Welmu's ground army, but in the end, the Colossus did die very, very fast to all those Tempest attacks. So Blink Stalkers trying to do a good job, but against Zealots and Archons, man, they need a bit of range, and the Zealots are not giving them any range at all. Here comes some reinforcements, warping in. That is going to help quite a bit, but the Archons are going to shred the Zealots, and Zealot reinforcements coming in as well. So both players starting to look a little bit down, and BabyKnight is definitely a little bit behind in this game, and it's just starting to ramp up over and over again. A couple more DTs coming down. We do have a cannon, but whether or not the cannon can wipe out 3 DTs, I just do not know. We'll have to see. There we go. The cannon just gets annihilated, so that didn't last very long. And meanwhile, here comes the 4th base of BabyKnight getting completely demolished, and I feel like BabyKnight is just like, I think he's done. I think he's lost right here. He made a crack, but I guess the Tempest just shredded the Colossus, and that was the main part of the battle. Right there, just taking that out. And the fact that there's so many workers have gone down, I mean, Welmu just putting so much pressure on the economy, doing so many great attacks with his Dark Templars, with his Stalkers, with his Zealots, constantly moving in and constantly attacking the economy of BabyKnight, whereas every time BabyKnight tries to go for economic damage, he sort of runs smack into the army. He can't do it. So, yeah, Welmu, what a great map presence. Just moving out everywhere, hitting everything at the same time. And he really knocked down the economy of BabyKnight quite severely, and eventually led to BabyKnight giving the GG, because, yeah, I feel like if their economy was the same, BabyKnight could have made that work. I mean, he lost all his Colossus to the Tempest, fair enough, but his Colossus just owned everything on the ground. He definitely had the ground advantage. And he actually, at the end, his Blink Stalkers were finishing off the Tempest after everything else had died from Welmu. But in the end, it was just the economy. The economy let BabyKnight down, and Welmu did a great job at killing all those workers. So thank you very much for watching this Daily Masters. Stay tuned tomorrow. We will be checking out another one. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoy this game, and Merry Christmas to all of you out there.